Severance, stars Britt Lower, John Turturro and Zach Cherry break down the explosive, snowy episode that changes everything. Spoiler alert. This story contains spoilers for Season 2, Episode 4 of Severance, streaming now on Apple TV+. The sky's the limit, literally, for our intrepid macrodata refiners. The fourth episode of Severance's second season, Woe's Hollow, drops the Mark, Adam Scott, Irving, John Turturro, Helly, Britt Lower, and Dylan, Zach Cherry into some unfamiliar terrain, out fucking side, as Dylan puts it. After unexpectedly awaking in the snowy wilderness of the Dieter Egan National Forest, dressed to the nines in matching black fur coats and hats, the Innes stumble upon an old-school TV cart. Mr. Milchick Trumail Tillman explains what's going on via a grainy video. With their Audi's blessings, they've been sent on a 2-day outdoor retreat and team-building occurrence ORTBO, for short, in response to their desire to see the outside world. He assigns the MDR members a quest to discover a sacred text from Kier Egan, as creepy twins of each Innie wordlessly guide the way. When they discover the tome, it reveals that Dieter Egan was Kier's twin brother, who died at Woe's Hollow shortly after being caught pleasuring himself in the forest. As they make their way to the hollow, Irv continues to side-eye Helly, privately warning Mark that he doesn't trust her, and again questioning her Night Gardener story after the overtime contingency OTC. Tensions run high as Irv becomes increasingly hostile toward the group, but Milchick, looking chic as ever in all-white winterwear, arrives just in time to defuse the situation. He brings the Innes to a small waterfall which he tells them is the tallest on the planet before leading them to a nearby campsite with Miss Huang. When Helly visits Irv's tent and attempts to reconcile, he again questions what she really saw during the OTC, and she continues to insist she was truthful. In the evening, Milchick finishes the Woe's Hollow story, detailing Kier's first encounter with the Temper of Woe, a gaunt bride, half the height of a natural woman. Helly bursts out laughing at the tale and provokes an angry, marshmallow-burning reaction from Milchick. While Dylan and Mark laugh along with her, Irving isn't amused, repeatedly pressing for details about Helly's OTC claims. Irv lashes out at Mark using your pupils to make love to her while your Audie's wife rots away somewhere, when he urges him to lay off, while Helly taunts that Irv will never get to see Bert again. Fuck you all, Irv yells as he storms into the forest. Mark checks in on Helly in her tent, and they have sex. Helly confesses that she wasn't honest about what happened during the OTC, sharing that she didn't like who she was on the outside. As Mark reassures her, his recent reintegration catches up with him and he sees visions of her face merging with Gemma, Miss Casey's Deacon Lackman. Lost in the woods, Irving dreams of a barren forest and the MDR cubicles, with Bert Christopher walking behind a desk. He's troubled by a vision of the personified Temper of Woe and wakes with a start. In the morning, Irving finds Helly at the waterfall, admonishing her for her harsh words from the previous night and again insisting that she's not really his coworker, but her Audie. Helly was never cruel. He violently submerges her head under the water as he repeatedly demands that Milchick bring back the real Helly. She instructs Milchick to comply, and he radios to remove the Glasgow block, confirming Irv's theory that Helly has really been her Audie Helena Egan ever since the OTC. Meaning, for all of Season 2. Irving apologizes as he holds a visibly confused Helly, and Mark rushes to her side. Milchick instructs Irving that he is being immediately and permanently terminated, while an emotional Dylan asks Irving to forgive him for not believing him sooner. It's all okay, Irving tells him. Just remember, hang in there. Milchick walks Irving deep into the forest. It will be as if you, Irving B., never even existed or drew a single breath upon this earth. May Kier's mercy follow you into the eternal dark, he says, as Irv's Audie regains consciousness and the episode ends. Forgive him for not believing him sooner. It's all okay, Irving tells him. Just remember, hang in there. Milchick walks Irving deep into the forest. It will be as if you, Irving B., never even existed or drew a single breath upon this earth. May Kier's mercy follow you into the eternal dark, he says, as Irv's Audie regains consciousness and the episode ends. Lower, Turturro and Cherry spoke with Variety about the explosive episode, unpacking Helly's big reveal, Irving's aggression and Dylan's emotional reconciliation. I guess I would have to question why Irving was able to half-drown Helena underwater. If this was not real, why would she panic and order Milkshake to switch on Helly? Therefore, I accept there's holes in this theory. Perhaps I'm trying to close other holes with a theory which just adds more elsewhere. Closing thoughts. Surreal, beautifully shot, revealing, confusing and just bloody brilliant. One of the most unique TV series I've ever seen, and they just keep us guessing so well. The acting is brilliant this week. This was such a unique episode being set outside, and it was brilliant. Best episode of season 2 thus far, which is saying something. What do you think of my Severance S2E4 review? Leave your own thoughts on Severance S2E4 below as well if you can.